Thou shalt not offense nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, which are Israelites, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. So it's talking about Israelites. Because when Esau come up and talk about what about love thy neighbor, that applies to Israel. That's the whole point. When it says in Sirach, hate thy enemy, that applies to other nations. No, I'll never trust thy enemy. Sirach.
What he said, when the Lord came on the scene, he said, I believe it says, he said, these two commandments hang upon all things, you know, roughly paraphrasing, which was love the Lord with all thy heart and love thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do those two, you good, because everything else will fall around that, you know, but you can't use that and talk about that means love, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to love your enemies, your actual enemies, which are the heathen, you know? I was just, you know, clearing up what you had brought out in Matthew 5 and 44. And then people try to use that as them the only two commandments that you gotta do. But if you love the Lord with all thy heart, love is keeping the commandments anyway. So that means you're doing it to your best ability. You're doing it in sincerity. You're not forcibly doing it, but you're doing it willingly. You don't have a problem with doing that. That's how a lot of people fall off, because they try to put on an image that they're not. And then, you know, of course the Lord is going to expose you.
Rock 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
It goes back to that discernment, knowing who you're dealing with. And some people will make it seem like they something that they're not, man. You gotta have that spiritual discernment to know what kind of spirit they are, what kind of spirit they got, man. See, certain brothers are snakes, following after the so-called white man. It's turning into straight serpents, man. So you gotta spiritually discern and watch who you're dealing with.
And thou shalt be unto him as thou had wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rest have not been altogether wiped away.
And that's the Most High exposing him. Actually, I'm like, man, this dude is a snake. This dude he doing all manner of wickedness, man. Yeah, just like the brother was just talking about, man. So you can't trust everybody, including Israel. They become your enemies behind this truth, man.
Set him not by thee.
Yep, set him not by. Basically, don't be. If once you figure out what kind of person this, don't be hanging with him on a regular basis. Don't have that person in your congregation, because you know what kind of spirit they got, man. You know that ain't nothing godly gonna come from them.
Least when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Set him not by thee, least when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Yeah, basically, take your position, man. You're gonna be like unto him. In plenty of scriptures, the Most High say, stay away from them type of people, man. Depart from them type of people, because you're gonna end up like them eventually. And that's the worst thing to do once you're in this truth, especially if you're in the truth. constantly hanging around ungodly men, snake ass niggas, and you cleave unto them, eventually you gonna start taking on some of them ways, and you gonna fall off from the truth. That's the worst. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you, is being in this truth and letting an ungodly man pull you away with his ways.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou hast last remembered and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Yeah, you're supposed to, when the Most High said that, you're supposed to feel that. Don't be around them people. When it says prick you, that means you gon', like I said, to feel it. It's gonna shank you. Shank you in your heart, like, damn, all right, well, I understand it. Now I need to go by it. Now I need to stay away from people and stay away from ungodly people and be with godly people. Get that punishment.
Niggas ain't angry, niggas they can't be, but niggas they can't see. I'm psyched.
Who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Yeah, because when he gave the word, that was an exhortation. He said, who shall pity a charmer once he's bitten by the serpent? And being bit by the serpent is basically taking on them evil deeds, taking on them evil ways of the people that the Most High told you not to be with. Told to not put on your right hand, not have in your circle.
All right, that's like, if you can't feel sorry for somebody who playing with a snake and he get bit, that's like you can't feel sorry for somebody that's hanging out with gang members. He ain't a gang member, but he can't get out with all of them. Then they come get shot up. You can't feel sorry for him because he shouldn't have been around them.
Exactly.
If I might add on to it, scripture say, go not in the way that thou shouldest fall. You don't set yourself up to fall. You know, if you a man of the Lord, it don't matter if you're not a gangbanger, but you hang around gang members, you setting yourself up for the kill. Or like the niggas in Florida say you could be in a trap house and Lord get you out. No, you setting yourself up. If you get busted, you set yourself up. You went in a way that thou should fall. You know, even with your lust. You know, you weak with women or something like that. You don't go with your one of the Akim. You be like, yeah, man, I got this concubine. She got a little friend, and you know, women is your weakness, and they take you away from the scriptures. Don't go. You know, even if it's legal according to the Bible, if it causes you to go to stumble, don't go that way, man. You know, if your problem is eating too much, and it takes you away from the scriptures, I don't know how, but you know. But you know, brother, I might go to all you can eat buffet. You gotta be like, no, man, I can't go. You know, and it's legal, so you have to discern, man.
The scriptures say all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient.
Yep.
Just because the Most High said you could do it, don't mean it's wise to do it in these times, man. You'll fall off, like the brother said. You'll fall off, and like we was just talking about, when you go after that lust, then sin cometh, then death.
I got a precept. Sirach 37 and 27. My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
Yeah, basically, don't feed your what's the word I'm looking for? Feed the spirit, man. Don't feed into your lust.
For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything.
Yeah, that's plain to the point. You're not just because you can do it, don't mean you have to do it.
And if I can add on to that, some brothers can handle other stuff that other brothers can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, you know, some brothers can handle, you know, multiple concubines or whatever, or dealing with women. Some brothers just got to keep one woman. Some brothers got to keep no women. It's all based on the gift that you have. You know, certain brothers got could do a lot of stuff at once, certain brothers can't. You know, it's all on based on where your spirit's at. You gotta stick to where you is. You can't say, oh, you know, like you see Elder Tahar say something or do something, and then you be like, well, I'm gonna do it. You know, because it's righteous. Elder Tahar do it, I'm gonna do it. And then you do it, and now you stumbling and shit. You know, like using curse words. You know, cursing out, just going hard. You see Elder Tahar do it, we won't do it. And now you stumbling, and your breakdowns is not edifying. You know, when somebody can do that. You know, some people are forward, some people are gentle. You know? I'm just breaking down and cursing out Jake. You know? Because anyway, man, basically if it's righteous, don't like you said, everything that's lawful is an expedient. Don't abuse it because it's right. You know, just like lamb is good. But if you read down, it says here, in Sirach 37:29, be not unsatiable in anything to think, neither too greedy upon meats. Lamb is good, but don't mean devour the shit. You know?
Eat it every day, all day, only eat lamb, fuck vegetables,
sacrifice.
No
Yeah, exactly.
That's on your body,
No
man.
vegetables, no fruits. Lamb is good. Lamb is in the Bible. Yeah. Next thing you know, you fucking passing out and shit.
Yeah, something.
No, I was looking for it.
Sirach 12:14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Just like I was saying, you hanging around somebody that sell dope all day. Somebody got a hit on this nigga head, and you always with him. And they come and ransack the place and kill everybody around, and you shouldn't have been with them. But now they like, oh, you with him, so shit. It's a wrap. Like you hanging with him, you cool with him, I'm not cool with him. So you gotta go too. Like you don't hang around somebody that smoke weed all day.
And try to get you to smoke with them.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Having you putting on gas mask, now you hitting the pipe again.
Jake, that's a lie. Jake be doing some dumb shit. I got relatives who do that shit, man. I don't smoke no more. To this day, since I've been in Trip in 2 years, niggas still asking me to hit the club up and all kind of dumb shit, man. I'm about to do the show, I'm about to hit the club up. Why are you telling me? You know I don't do that shit, yo.
Trying to sneak. Like, hey, what you just man up and ask me if I'm gonna come to the club with you, so I can tell you no, nigga. I'm trying to beat around the bush. Yeah, you know, I got this show, I'm about to hit the club and shit. Oh, that's what's up, man. Handle your business, you know.
For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
And that's going back to being, like, if you spiritual and you hanging around a carnal person, then you start doing the same shit they doing, but you overdoing it. Like, man, nigga, you stupid. And then now you went up from the Most High, so now you got to get dealt with, and that carnal person don't want to be with you no more, and they gonna talk shit about you.
Or if you know, for example, y'all going to hit clubs up, right? Y'all going in your car. Next thing you know, somebody breaking in your car, fuck your shit up. What you think he gonna say, man? Man, that's fucked up. That's about it. He ain't gonna pay for your car. He ain't gonna help you pay for it.
I'm about to go get it right with this female I just came with. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I might go smash something tonight, man. You gonna be alright? You know? That's how it gonna work. You know, you gonna be like, man, I should never fuck with these niggas, man. Ain't go back to the brothers. They gonna be like, yo, I should have went out to the club.
Ecclesiasticus 27:11. The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom.
The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, because a man that's in these scriptures ain't gonna tell you no wrong, man. Ain't gonna tell you to hit no clubs.
But a fool changes as the moon.
Yeah, a fool, someone who's unlearned, don't know what they want, man. Don't know what they want to do. One day they want to smoke weed.